Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Destination Uri and another roundup of the scale in the Camlough and Bessbrook area. So we'll start off tonight with Shane O'Neill's, and as you can see, the lottery is quite significant, for next week. So that's 6,600. The interesting thing is that you can actually go online if you go onto the Facebook page for Shane O'Neill's. They have a link, and you can actually sign on there and pay for your tickets and get yourself in. So if you fancy your chances, or if you just want to show a bit of support, well, this is your opportunity. So go online and you will see under Club Finder, funder.com, and you can click in there. Also, like to say, this is the fourth week of Gaelic for Girls, with the Shane O'Neill's. So it's great to see such enthusiasm, and thankfully they've had good weather. And fair play to everybody for organising that and everybody for turning up. It's absolutely brilliant to see, so many young kids, particularly young girls, enjoying the Gaelic football. Great to see, and fair play to everybody. I'd also like to, again, fair play to Cara Croppin. They had their blitz on Saturday. There's some of the young participants. And again, you can see it's a mixed bunch. So absolutely brilliant to see them all enjoying the fun down at the club. And, fair play to everybody for organising that as well. And, as I say, an awful lot of effort goes into these events. And that's some more of the young Cara Croppin people that participated. So good lads. I hope you had a good day. No doubt you had. So Camlough Rovers, match on tonight. And this is the ladies, the formidable ladies team that have been doing absolutely brilliant. And don't want to scud them or anything like that. But they had a great match against Shamrocks last week, and that's Shamrocks from Belfast. And they are playing Banbridge Rangers tonight. So that's down in Banbridge itself at 8 o'clock. So hopefully the rain will die down a bit. And they're absolutely brilliant. They're really, really great. And, fair play and the best of luck to the ladies, doing the area proud, no doubt. And it's all that's obviously the effort and the training that you put in. That's how you get the results. So fair play to them for that. I also noticed that the summer camp, Camp 1, is fully booked. So anybody that has put in their application, Fiona has got it and she has you booked in. So brilliant for that. And actually, I was down on Saturday with them, down at the pitch, down at the club. And just, I'm surprised, at the amount of activity, pleasantly surprised the amount of activity. And sometimes I think it just goes unnoticed, the amount of effort and time that people like Jackie, Fiona, and others put into all of this. And, the enjoyment that the young people and parents and everybody else gets out of it. So an absolute credit, to the area. And sometimes we don't show our appreciation enough, for all of that work. This is all voluntary work. So fair play to everybody that's been involved, and best luck for the future. There's so much potential around that particular club, so best of luck. Also, Crievrua, there's a blitz on Saturday. This is for the under 7.5s and for the under 9.5s. So that's in Keady. So no doubt, again, people will have to organise transport for those young people. But isn't it brilliant, just to see, again, one of our fantastic Gaelic games and so much enthusiasm and interest, coming from young people to play it, So it does all go well for the future for hurling in the area, So brilliant to see it. And good luck to everybody on Saturday, both the organisers, the parents, and, of course, the kids that are taking part in it. For a Camlough Community Association, as people will appreciate, when you're running any association and providing any type of service, unfortunately, there's always a cost, and an awful lot of time. In fact, everybody that works for the community association does it on a voluntary basis. There also is a community house in Camlough. We'll have to keep the doors open. We get a wee bit of help, certainly this year, from the council to do that. But, an awful lot of the events, you need funding from somewhere. So like for the Christmas event, which is really successful, has been every year, events around the lake, some of the classes that go on within the community house, and a whole raft of stuff that just goes on from month to month. So anyhow, in order to generate a bit of funding, there is a 10K sponsored walk, and that's around Derrimore Woods, which is on Sunday the 25th of July at 10 a.m. in the morning. So anybody that wants to show their support, they can either, sponsor somebody, or else they can participate in the walk themselves. And if they wish to participate in the walk and want to get a sponsor card, just, contact anybody through the Camlough Community Association Facebook page, and the card will be delivered to you. So I will keep this on the news sheet, for the next couple of weeks, just to promote it and, show a bit of support as well. So fair play to the Community Association for that. A wee bit of, and this is again associated with the Community Association, it has kayaks, quite a number of kayaks that were again, acquired through public funding, and they are up at the lake in one of the containers. Unfortunately, one of the containers, the lock was left off it by accident last Friday night, and it wasn't discovered until Sunday morning. And unfortunately, some opportunist thief took 3 of the kayaks. They're double kayaks. And so if anybody's aware of this, or anybody is offered a kayak like this, could you please notify somebody through the Camlough Community Association Facebook, or even contact the PSNI or myself or anybody else, just to give us a heads up of where these kayaks possibly are. That's a loss of at least maybe £1,800. They took the kayaks and took some of the oars as well. So please keep an eye out. These kayaks, they're not a private enterprise, they're a public enterprise. They're for the people, ordinary people. An awful lot of young people have got plenty of enjoyment out of them. Likes of Banjo Ban and different people like that, take young people out onto the lake, and people of all ages have had made good use of them, and even the schools and clubs and all of that as well. So we don't want to lose, that type of service, and that type of opportunity for young people to learn particular skills. So if you do hear of anything, just give us a shout. Okay, there again, as most people would know, we're into the centenary year and the decade of events. And one of the events, if people were watching the news this week, you would have seen that it was 100 years since the opening up of the Northern Parliament. And they had, I think it was George V, the British King and Queen, came over to open up the Northern Parliament, and partition fairly much was in the pipeline at that stage. And a couple of days after that event, the train that was carrying the escort for the King was coming back down from Belfast. By the time it arrived into South Armagh, some of the volunteers of the 4th Northern Division had taken part of the railway track away, so the train itself was derailed. And that was quite a significant event, locally. And there is a local historical group, and they're going to unveil a plaque on Friday night, just to remember that. And it will be unveiled at Avoyle, which is just outside Mike. If you're say heading from the Newry direction, you go through Clog, you go right down to the bottom of the hill, and you'll see Stacks Malins, hardware in front of you. And if you take that wee road, the low road, they call it, off to the left, that's where the event will be. I think there's going to be some historical discussion and maybe a wee bit of pageantry, and then they will unveil the plaque. So it's open to the public, and given that it's an outside event, and I'm sure it'll all be done within the restrictions. So again, it's good to see people using their initiative and making sure that parts of our history don't go unnoticed. Okay, thanks for that. And just without further ado, we'll go on to the birthday wishes. And anybody from the local area would know Brian Sloan from Clough-Ray. And Brian would be very much associated with Brookfield Football Club, one of the founding members, and a stalwart of the club. So not too sure what age Brian is. I think his birthday was on the 20th. So a big happy birthday from everybody in the locality, Brian. I'd also like to give a happy birthday to young Ryan Connell. Sorry, can almost get that right. Ryan, as you can see, is with his fiancée there, Blaine. They're still out in Australia, so a big happy birthday to Ryan. And it's actually Ryan's birthday today, so not too sure what age you are. JJ McNulty, another Camlough lad, just living, don't know what you call his road, but it's, if you go up the Kegel Road, it's one of the roads up to the left, brings you up near the mountain, and that's where JJ is originally from. So again, JJ is with my niece there out in Australia, And so a big happy birthday to JJ. I think his birthday's 35 tomorrow, as far as I know. So no doubt Megan will spoil you, and hope you have a great day with the child as well. So fair play. And last but not least is Sarah Fern, who was Sarah McDonald before she got married, from the Quarter Road in Camlough. There's Sarah with Stephen, the husband, and the twins, and I think just down below there is Nia. So no doubt a great birthday, and don't worry, Sarah, I'm not going to tell everybody your age, but your birthday is on Monday, so very happy birthday from everybody here in Camlough, and no doubt you'll be spoiled as well. So that's really it, Cathal, for this week, and thanks once again to Destination Uri for having me on. So all I can say is Slán go fóill agus í Hawaii.